would you want to go around in front of other people dressed like that?
Hello my lovies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine Brooks and today is part 2 of our spooky marathon. If you're new and you don't have any clue what I'm talking about, I decided for the days leading up to Halloween, I'm going to be posting nothing but Halloween themed content. Now I started this marathon last week on my last video, which I will leave somewhere up here or up here if you'd like to go check it out. But I decided that for the days coming, we are going to be celebrating Halloween till it comes. Now today I decided we are going to be doing a talking video about the costume categories that I don't want to see this year. Now, if you are a Halloween lover, you know that costumes are a big part of celebrating Halloween. It's probably the biggest part, more so than eating candy or carving pumpkins. I mean, you can eat candy at any time. You can carve pumpkin on November 1st, but costumes are the way people know you are celebrating Halloween. So I thought today I'm going to be talking about the ones that I hate the fucking most, and I can't believe that we're on human beings. Like, I can't believe someone goes outside and looks that way. But I guess God gives us free will, so do as you please, people. Now, I'm going to be doing it for 5 categories. I'm going to be doing a low effort category. I'm going to be doing overrated, ugly, inappropriate, and offensive. Now, if you would like to see the kind of categories, I'm not going to be talking about just specific ones. I'm going to be talking about different kinds. So if you would like to see which kind I talk about, please keep on watching. But a full disclaimer beforehand, this is my opinion and my opinion only. So please do not take any offense with any of the opinions that I give in this video. Let's stop all this yapping and let's move on to the video. Let's go. Okay, so our first category is going to be talking about low effort. Now, these are the costumes that I feel like are just too boring to look at. I mean, these are the ones that you figure out in the next 5 minutes before a Halloween party or before anything that you're about to do for Halloween. Like, you don't put any effort into it. Like, you know, people put just a shirt on and call it a goddamn day. They really don't care. Now, I get it, like, in some understatements that some people do not feel the need to go and buy some $50,000 costume for one night. Now, I can understand that. Like, when I started buying my costumes, I didn't feel the need to go and pay like $100,000 for a freaking costume I wear for like 24 hours. And sometimes people only wear them for like 3 hours and then put them in their closet. Like, there really is no point in buying them. But I feel like, come on, like, Halloween only comes one night a year and you're telling me this is all you can do? Like, I get it. Like, obviously you don't want to go and buy a costume, but come on, like, there is no need to buy a costume because makeup was created. You can do so much with makeup. You can do so much that I can't even explain to you. You can make scars, you can make a freaking black eye, whatever. It doesn't matter. But if you're gonna go outside to a Halloween party or trick-or-treating, whatever the hell you're doing for Halloween, remind yourself that Halloween exists and we're not just gonna go out looking like anything. Now, when I talk about these costumes, there's only 2 in mind that literally are a big part of why I made this video, which are Red Riding Hood and the Nerd. Literally, why? There isn't any reason. Like, making a Red Riding Hood costume doesn't take any time. All you have to do is find a red cloth, a white shirt, and some boots, and you're done. Even with the Nerd, all you have to do is find some spandex, a white shirt, some pants, and you're done. And some glasses, and that's it. There's no effort. There's no effort. This is why I freaking hate low effort costumes. If you're going to wear something boring, at least step it up with the makeup. At least do something with your hair. Do something that makes you interesting. Please do not go outside with a shirt on that we can see you in on November 1st. Like, no. Go outside and be like, damn, this is what I got, and everyone's gonna love it. Don't go outside and be like, I really don't care. Like, Halloween's coming. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. It does matter. This is one holiday. Either celebrate it or don't. Don't fucking find it in between. There's no need for an in between. So if you do go outside doing that, please disregard me because I will literally trash the shit out of you. But now that we have talked about that one, let's move on to our second category, which is overrated. Now, if you already know what overrated means, it means basically overused. Like, these are the costumes that I see every single year that people find superior or top tier to any other costume that they can come up with. Like, they just come up every year and I just can't stand them. Some that come to mind are the angels and devils. Everybody wears those every year. It's literally getting to a point where it's like, oh my god, this is the most boring fucking costumes in the world. Please, please, please figure out something else to wear. Like, those ones, I would say cheer any kind of sports team thing. I would say vampire is another big one. Which is another one. I feel like those are the only ones that I can come up with, but those are the ones that I see every single year and I just can't stand them. Like, they are so boring to this point. Like, maybe if you go back to 2010, those would probably be iconic, but in 2024, this is the most boring outfit. It's so outdated. It's an outdated costume. There is no other thing that you could say. It's outdated. They shouldn't be on you anymore. The trend is over. Nobody cares about it anymore. There is no reason for you to go out with the same costume you probably put on 5 times. Because I know some people do that. They just wear the same costume they wore last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. Now, put some effort into your costumes. Please put some effort into your costumes. If you're gonna celebrate Halloween, celebrate it right. Do not just go out looking like anything, and stop using the same costumes every year. It's boring, it's outdated. I'll punch somebody in the face if I see another angel and devil costume. I swear, I will literally start just going around just hawking socking people if I see another goddamn costume that I've seen 500 times before. And some people do decide to do something different, and I like those people, because if you're gonna use the same costume, make it look special each year. Make it look unique. Don't just put it on and say, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. There's nothing else I want to do. I'm done. No, put it on like you're putting on school clothes for school. Put it on like everyone else is going to see you. Please don't wear the same things every year and do the same thing. It gets boring. It's hopeless. It's pathetic. Please stop. Now that we've talked about that one, let's move on to the 2 topics, categories that literally are the reason why I wanted to start this video. So let's move on. Now, inappropriate costumes are not really rare. We've seen it many times where people seem to go very, very crazy with their costumes. And I know how crazy it is for me to say that when I just said that if you go simple, you're boring. But I mean, like, to an extent, some people go way too far. Like, they like crossing the line and they truly don't care that there are people around them. And when I mean people, I mean children. One of the categories that I want to talk about is sexualized childhood characters. And what I mean by this, I mean Disney, Pixar, any other cartoon, whatever that comes out for children that seems to go to an adult area and is basically molested. Like, I don't want to use that word, but that's what it is. Like, people go out looking like a sexed up Disney character like Cinderella or Ariel, or look like a sexed up version of Bo Peep or something, or Jessie from Toy Story. Like, come on guys, these are characters that children love and are influenced by. They watch them all the time. We know what it's like to watch a cartoon that we absolutely love. Now imagine watching your favorite cartoon and then seeing some person, an older adult, wear that costume but with their ass cheeks out, or their out, or their areas just flown out. And guys, any kid would look at that and be like, why, mommy, why is Cinderella's titties all out in front of me? Like, no, these are children. They are influenced, they are naive, they might not get what you're doing, but the parents do, and you're around them, so please be appropriate for them. Do not sexualize something that they love or that they care about all because you want to spice it up a little bit. Like, no. If you're gonna go out, find something else that is appropriate for adults. Do not sex up childhood characters. It's disgusting, it's offensive. Let's not forget that the children celebrate Halloween just as much as adults. They're around us every day. They're gonna be around you every single minute on Halloween night. So please be appropriate and be sincere towards their feelings, because they don't know what you're doing and it's disgusting. Now, if you would like to sex up any other person besides childhood characters, do as you please. No one cares. Show your ass cheeks. Do as you please. I am here for it. But do not sex up childhood characters. It's disgusting. It's absurd to do something that weird. It's weird. You can't deny it.
So now that we have talked about our low effort, we have talked about overrated and inappropriate, let's move on to the category that I have been anticipating but I am scared to talk about, which is offensive. Let's go. Now, before I get into the costumes that I feel resonate or represent this entire word and are just absolutely horrendous, let me read you the definitions of offensive so that you can get some type of understanding of what I'm about to talk about. So, offensive is causing resentful displeasure, highly irritating, angering, or annoying, unpleasant or disagreeable to the sense, repugnant to the moral sense, good taste, or like insulting, pertaining to offense or attack. Now, which one of those categories do I feel like represent these costumes would be the insulting one. Now, what I mean are the costumes that I feel are an attack on someone else's morals. You know, I get that some people are slow and don't understand that you can't just wear whatever the you want on Halloween night. Like, I get it that Halloween is one of those holidays where there are no boundaries. You can cross the line in some sense, but remind yourself that when you cross that line, there are people on the other side that have feelings. Now, these kinds of costumes are in different ways. I've seen this for years where people wear the most weirdest fucking costumes in the grand state of things, meaning like serial killers. Let's just talk about it. Serial killers obviously are very huge in American history. We all know them, we all hate them. Now, I have seen over the years where serial killers are represented highly in Halloween because people feel like because of those boundaries being crossed, they shouldn't care less about dressing up like Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, if you would like to dress up like a fictional serial killer, that's fine. If you want to dress up like Norman Bates, if you want to dress up like Michael Myers, if you want to dress up like Jason, Freddy Krueger, Chucky, I don't care. It doesn't matter because they are fake. Their actions are not hurting anyone. Serial killers like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy or Richard Ramirez or anybody like that, they actively hurt people. They ruin people's lives. They kill innocent souls, and you feel the need to dress up like them because you're fucking weird, and that's just disgusting. Like, you wouldn't like if somebody dressed up like somebody that hurt you or your family. Like, that would be atrocious. That would be weird. Like, I get that you can be fascinated by them, but please don't dress up like them. And it's not even just going to that, just regular criminals in this sense. One of the criminals that made me actually want to make this video are the Menendez brothers. Now, I have been literally watching their case through and through since 2 years ago, and I've absolutely believed them, and I want them to get out, and there's a chance that they will. But if you have seen over the last 2 months, there has been this resurgence in the virality of their case because of a certain fucking show that I'm not even gonna get into because I want to punch Ryan in the fucking face for making that show, Monsters. Now, this series was made back, I think, in 2022, and it started with Jeffrey Dahmer, and we all saw the fucking massacre that happened, the memes, the costumes. It was disgusting because of that man. And now, because he's gotten his hands on this case, I already see where these costumes are going. Now, I don't think that Ryan is an idiot. I think that he thinks intentionally as a director and as a writer. He thinks with his brain. And I think that he knew that there was a chance that people were going to want to dress up like these brothers because of the way he represented them as these like preppy douchebags. And I've already seen many people dress up like them on TikTok, which is disturbing. Like, come on guys, like, even if you don't believe them, the whole dressing up like murderers thing is gross. And if you believe them, you're dressing up like fucking sexual assault survivors. That's grotesque. I've even seen people dress up like the parents with like bullet holes in them. What goes through your brain when you think? Why would you think that that is cool? Why would you think that that is awesome? Like, you wouldn't want someone to do that to you, so why do that to them? Because again, their families have social media. Their families can go and look up their names, and imagine seeing your husband or your cousin or your uncle or whatever looking like that. It would blow your fucking mind because that's how they, Eric and Lyle, get their information from the outside, through social media, through their families. So imagine if Tammy or Rebecca or Talia or any other family member went to them and said, hey, our family's going viral because people decide to dress up like them on Halloween. I've already seen freaking shirts be made about them. Guys, Have some moral boundaries. That's disgusting. Do not do that. There's no reason to do that. There's so many fictional serial killers you can literally dress up like. Do not dress up like real life people. That is gross. That is disgusting. If you were to dress up like a real person, dress up like a celebrity. Do not dress up like sexual assault survivors. Do not dress up like their freaking murdered parents. And it's not even just serial killers that piss me off. A lot of people have moral boundaries when it comes to religions. I get it. Again, if you don't believe in a religion, if you do believe in it, have some moral boundaries. Don't be crossing fucking lines because you feel like it. Respect the people around you. Don't dress up like a sexed up nun or a sexed up priest or the fucking devil just because you don't believe in that person. You seem to. I've even seen people dress up like Jesus Christ, like with his hands like nailed into the freaking wood. No, don't do that. Where's the laughter? Why are you laughing at that? What is so humorous about doing something that fucking sick? Because I feel like that's what people do. They want to create shock value because they want to go viral or they find it funny. There's nothing funny about that. Even if you don't believe in it, don't be doing something fucked up that could hurt somebody else. Don't do that. It's disgusting, it's immoral. There's so many other offensive costumes that people can do online. And again, have some moral high ground. I've seen people do the most horrendous shit and they don't think about that. They don't think that, okay, since it's not hurting me, but it's hurting other people. Do they think like that? No, they think, oh well, it's not hurting me, so I shouldn't care. If anybody gets offended by it, then it worked. No, it didn't, you stupid bitch. Like, think. God didn't give you a brain for it to sit there. He gave you a brain so you can have some common sense. I just can't. Like, again, like I said, this was the category that really pissed me off because I feel like some people do not respect others. Respect others, guys. Respect them. Now I need to calm the fuck down because I got myself all sweaty. Now let's move on to the last category, which is ugly. Let's go. Now this is such a weird category that I added in. It was just going to be those 4 categories, but I thought to myself, it wouldn't feel complete without talking about the ones that don't make me mad or don't make me bored, but just make me question, you know, or just, they're the costumes that are just extremely weird. Like, one, I think to myself, why would somebody want to dress like that? And then 2, why would somebody make that costume? You're telling me you went to Walmart, you went to Spirit Halloween, or wherever you get your costumes from, you looked at that costume and thought to yourself, wow, that is the awesomest costume ever. And when I talk about costumes like that, I talk about the ones that are like a toilet or a pencil or a crayon or something like that. Like, it's like, what the fuck is like, why the fuck would you go outside? Or somebody who literally walks around looking like a sack of shit. Like, what? Why would you want to go around in front of other people dressed like that? Like, come on, like, just with like every other one I've talked about, have some common sense. Like, there is no way that you thought that in your brain and thought to yourself, wow, a sack of shit does sound like a good costume. It doesn't. There is no reason. There are other costumes that you could specifically go for. Like, it doesn't have to be the most craziest fucking ones. You can choose ones that are okay. But come on, don't be dressing like whatever the fuck first comes to mind. First comes to mind, because I think that's what people do when they pick out their costumes. They pick the ones that first come to mind. Like, no, think it through. Think it through. There's so many other costumes you could go for. Spirit Halloween and Walmart give so many different options. Please do not go for the first thing you think of. Or what is it, an animal? An animal, like, why? Why would you want to walk around looking like a fucking pig? Or a cow? Or a horse? Why? Like, again, you're trying to be fun or funny or simple, but please do not go around looking like whatever. Put some effort into it, because those ones are just like the smallest ones I can think of. There are so many other costumes that I feel like are the ugliest fucking things in the world. Like, I wouldn't even dress my 4-year-old child into those kinds of costumes. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. I would literally be like, why the fuck would I want to dress my kid like that? Embarrass themselves, because they're the ones who have to walk up to people's doors and knock on them, and they gotta be like, what the whose mom decided on this? Was your mom slow? Is your mom blind or something? Does she have fucking, does she have some type of fucking eyelid and shades or something? Because there's no way you dress this up for your kid, or you dress up like that yourself. Like, come on, don't do that. Please do not do that. Thank you. Now we are at the end of the video. Those were only, like I said, those were the only costume categories I can think of. But if there are any kind of costumes that were not specifically talked about, or categories that you feel like should have been talked about, please leave it in the comments down below. And like I've stated before, these are just my opinions. Please do not take offense, but if you decide to take offense, please be mindful if you're gonna leave them back in the comment section. Please do not be an asshole for the sake of you got your feelings hurt. Please do not do that. Please. For my sake and for the sanity of everybody who reads the comment section, please do not do that. But that is the end of the video. I hope you guys had an enjoyable time, and like I said, if you have any other ideas of categories or costumes that you feel like weren't talked about, leave it in the comment section below. And remind yourself that you could also leave YouTube ideas in the comment section below. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye!